Raider Nation, Raider Reaction, what's going on? Do a little special Thursday night show for you guys tonight. A little recap on what the fucking shit performance we had in Week 12. I mean, it took me till now to finally be able to talk about what kind of performance we had against Atlanta in Atlanta last week. I even got to start drinking just to talk about it, to ease it. I mean, what a terrible performance, right? What's going on, Quinn? What's going on? Just trying to ease my way into talking about this terrible performance we had. I mean, that performance was the worst I've seen since last year on the Jets. I mean, even when we have lost by double digits this year, it didn't look that bad. I mean, we still had a fighting chance up until the fourth quarter. What we had last week, that I don't know what Raider team came out there. I don't know if the Jets came out and decided to dress up as the Las Vegas Raiders. But that was terrible. That was terrible. I mean, we had 44 rushing yards that game. 44. And I think we only had 13, 14 attempts on the ground. And I know I was saying in my pregame show that Carr was going to have a great game. I thought he was going to pass all over, the worst passing defense in the league. I think Gruden was forcing that to start the game. I mean, we didn't start the game off running the ball like we usually do. I don't know what I saw, and what was crazy is I couldn't believe how great the defense was playing against that offense. I mean, I know Julio was out, I know Gurley was out, but they still have Ridley. They got that good tight end they got. I mean, our defense held up pretty good. The offense just could not get going, and I was thinking the second half they get going. I get done with the halftime show, I walk back in, and we don't got the ball already. So I didn't even see the first shit drive we had to start the half. But it was just it was a terrible performance. Gruden went out and said it was a reflection on himself, which I'm glad he took the blame for that loss. I think every player needed to take the blame for that loss. I mean, Atlanta gives up 300 passing yards a game average. So that means against good teams, they usually give up probably around 350 to 400. Carr threw for 215. He got sacked 3 times that game. And this is what I didn't understand. We got one of the best rushing games in the rushing attacks in the league, and we did not showcase that at all. And I know Josh Jacobs got hurt, but Devontae Booker, when he's out there, he does his thing. I don't think we have Rashard out there. I think he was still COVID protocol. I don't know. I just didn't know. The 3 fumbles, that didn't help. Carr just couldn't hang on to the ball. I mean, when you know you're getting pressure all game, you think he'd sit back in that pocket and hold the ball a little tighter. He just didn't look off. And he even came out and said the whole week in practice they looked flat. I mean, I don't know if they just looked at these guys and said this is an easy win for us. And they didn't come out fired up, ready to go. Because, I mean, when you look at us against the Chiefs the week before, I mean, we looked like everything looked good on the offensive side of the ball. And then they come out against Atlanta, and then, I mean, it looks like they never left Vegas. They never hopped on the plane. Josh Jacobs fumbled one time. I mean, it was just sloppy play. The whole game, the whole entire game. And, I mean, Carr forced that. I don't know if you guys remember, we got the ball back after we went 3 and out in the beginning of the second half. We got them 3 and out, get the ball back, driving downfield. I mean, it's starting to look promising, like the offense wakes up and he gets pressure and he just forces one and throws a pick. I mean, just take the sack. It was still 16-3 at the time. It was just a terrible performance. The penalties were outrageous. That's got to be the highest penalized game we've had all year. The The defense, I mean, they did their thing in the first half, but then in that second half, I mean, there's only so much you can do, right? When the offense is not rolling and they're giving great position to Atlanta, I mean, sooner or later that defense gets worn out and they're just going to start letting off points. But like I said, the turnovers were bad. 4 turnovers, those had to amount to at least 20 of the points the Falcons got. The turnovers, the penalties, I mean, the running into the kicker, which I didn't think that was running into the kicker. I thought he got blocked in. I mean, apparently not. That was just the way the game started. It didn't look good. I figured they'd get a little pep talk in the second half and go out there and do their thing. They just didn't look good. Atlanta gives up 100 yards average a game on the ground, and we just were not running the ball. It was almost like they were in panic mode from the first snap of the game. I mean, just throwing. And like I said, I know I'm guilty of saying I thought they were going to pass all over the defense, but when you seen it wasn't working, when your offensive line can't pass block worth of shit, I mean, start running the fucking ball. Go back to what we're used to. Just the 3 fumbles from Carr. The 3 fumbles and then the pick 6, it was like, what is going on in this guy's head? I mean, I don't know. All I know is after a performance like that, they need to come out against the Jets and put some work in. And I'm not going to get too much into that game yet. I saved that for Sunday morning. We might have lost momentum. I don't know if we lost momentum. I think that was... I hope that these players and these coaches, at least the coaches, are putting into the mentality of these players that, look, this is a wake-up call here. They got to play every game like it's their last. They got to play every game like it's a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they got to go out and act like they're playing the Chiefs every week if that's what it's going to take. And because that was just a terrible performance. Terrible. Cleveland Farrell being out, I think that showed how big he is to the defense. Even though the defense did their thing, I think that was very apparent that Cleveland Farrell is no bust. He's definitely not a bust. He brings a big present to that defense. LaMarcus Joyner not having him at the nickel corner, that showed. I can't say anything about Trent Brown because we haven't had Trent Brown all year. We've had him for 2 games, and I think the first game he only played 6 snaps. So I think the offense will come out fired again. I hope they do. I hope that this was a reality check that, hey, we can't take no game, no matter who it is, no matter who we play. They cannot take any game for granted here, especially down the stretch. We got the Jets. We know what happened last year when we played them. We were on a roll. Hopefully this is something that brings back memories from last year. Like, hey, we got fucked up by the Jets last year and our season went downhill. Let's not let that happen again after the whole Atlanta thing. But it was like, I mean, it was hard to watch, right? I mean, I usually stay up. If I start drinking at 9 a.m., because I'm over here on the West Coast, we got a 10 o'clock game, and I'm drinking at 9 a.m., the game starts at 10, I can usually make it till at least the first quarter past Sunday Night Football. But that loss was so fucking devastating. I fell asleep within like the first 2 minutes of the second, the afternoon games, the 1 o'clock games for me. And I woke up hoping that was just a fucking nightmare. But no, it was Sunday Night Football time. And I go, yeah, we really got our fucking ass kicked. I'm over here I'm just drinking a screwdriver here. Just got the screwdriver going down. What's going on, Danny from Germany? What's going on? The middle of our defense looks soft, and that's what I'm talking about. I don't think we had Corey Littleton out there, and a lot of people have been bagging on Corey. I know he hasn't been what we expected him to be out of there, but we didn't have him. We didn't have Joyner. I mean... but the defense wasn't the problem, Brian. I don't think the defense was a problem. I think our defense played well in that first half, keeping the game close as it was. I just think our offense didn't get nothing going. We got 2 field goals out of the whole game. 2 field goals, 3 in the second, 3 in the third. that might work against the Browns, but that ain't gonna work up against Atlanta. I mean, Atlanta can still score, and we did great in the first half. Our defense did a phenomenal job by keeping that game as close as it was. It was up to our offense to wake up in the second half and make something happen, and we didn't do it. I mean, I think our time of possession was fucking terrible, and almost every game this year, we've had majority of possession of the ball every game, even when we fucking lose. I mean, it was just a terrible performance. I mean, it was a disgusting taste. And I understand people talking shit about Carr. I mean, if you were like me, Carr was on a short leash to begin the season, right? I mean, it was just like if he starts stinking it up in the first 3 weeks, fuck. I was on the Mariota train too. Mariota hasn't even been able to suit up, but I would even like to see Peterman in there if Carr stunk it up the first 3 weeks. But I mean, let's be honest, Raider Reaction and Raider Nation. Carr has been one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the league. Yes, he does have a lot of turnovers. He does lose the ball a lot when he's under pressure. I understand that. But you can't be calling for Mariota, who hasn't even been able to suit up for one fucking game. You can't say, oh, we're better off with Peterman. We've seen Peterman play before. I just, we can't be cutting Carr off the fucking train yet. He's been doing his job all year. It was bad. It wasn't just Carr. It was bad coaching, bad play calling. I doubt Carr can go up there and make any change he wants on the offensive line when he's out there making adjustments. I'm sure Gruden gives him 2 or 3 plays to call after the original play call, and he has to choose between those plays. You know how Gruden is. He's a controlling fucking freak. Everybody knows that. And the offense has been working all year. We had one bad game. I mean, let's not start cutting Carr's fucking throat over one bad game. It happens. Shit fucking happens. We've seen Tom Brady have bad games, and he's probably the best quarterback to ever do it in many people's eyes. I mean, I still go with Peyton Manning, but Peyton Manning's had bad games. Look at the Super Bowl. I mean, every quarterback has a bad game. If he comes out there and shits the bed against the Jets, that's our season, right? Because I don't think we've won more than 2 or 3 games in a row this year. And this is kind of where we got to put the fucking foot on the gas, and no matter who we play, we just got to keep going at them, going at their throats, right? Because our schedule coming up, it looked really fucking favorable in the beginning of the season when we get these first 8-9 games out the way. Down the rest of the stretch, it's easy. But we know we got 2 division games left. Those are never easy. We got Miami coming in. We got the Colts coming in. I mean, those, right there, Miami and Colts, we got to win those games, right, to even have a chance. I mean, everyone has bad. That's what I'm saying. Everyone has a bad game, and it is Carr's team. And I just get so sick of hearing these motherfuckers. Carr throws one pick, and it's like, oh my God, the fucking world's ending. Let's get rid of him, bench him. It's like, guys. Show me a quarterback who never threw a pick show me a quarterback who's only thrown 1 pick in a season, 2, 3. I mean, it's fucking nobody's fucking perfect. I think a lot of us overreacted, which we have the right to do, right? We're rolling on this high train. We fucking get close of beating the Chiefs last week. I mean, we're rolling high, man. And then they punch us in the gut with a performance like that. I don't blame any fucking Raider fan for being pissed off. I was sick. I was even getting in my thoughts saying, these guys fucking suck. What the fuck? We're back to square one. But we overreact, right, over a game. That's why I waited till Thursday to even talk about this. Because I was pissed the last few days. I mean, just like Kamish said on his live, was it yesterday or the day before, we have every right to be pissed off. I mean, we fucking spend our money on this gear. We spend our time. We watch these games with our family. I mean, we're invested in this shit. We have a right to be pissed, but let's not stay on the train where it's, the Raiders fucking suck again. It's the same shit every year. I mean, we can't be like that. That's just like these Patriot fans where half of them just went to the Bucks because now the Patriots suck And so now now they want to be Tom. They're just, oh, I was a Tom Brady fan. We can't be people like that. You know what I'm saying? We're better. We're a better nation than that. We're a better fan base than that. I am in Reno, Roland. I am in Reno. That is where I'm at. I've been up here since 2014. Used to live in Southern California, but now I'm up here. Love this fucking place. But you know, I think the defense. I think Arnett played well. I think Arnett has been showing a lot of heart. Oh, Roland, we gotta see what's going on, brother, and fucking watch some Raider games. I mean, obviously, it's kind of hard to go out to the bars out here. I'm not one who likes to sit there and wear a mask in between drinks. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Roland, we got to get together, buddy. We got to get together and watch some games. You know what I mean? But you know, Arnett's been balling out. I love what Arnett's been doing. I mean, he's been balling the fuck out. He played well last week. For a rookie, a guy who's only played 3 or 4 games this year, he's played very well. Well, yeah, and then he got put in a concussion. You know, and that's what pissed me off, because, I mean, when he first got hit, I'm like, why is he on the ground? And then he started messing with his teeth on the side. And this motherfucker's worried about his grill. But, yeah, they took him out, got put in a concussion protocol. But he was looking good out there before all that shit happened. I mean, I know it was the first quarter, but he was looking good. I mean, he's playing physical. I think he's feeding off of Abrams' mentality, which I love. Mullen, when Mullen got hurt, I was worried about that, because I'm like, man, every time these guys go down, you never know what it's going to be. I mean, they're playing physical football, which I love, but we got to be careful. Arnett's going to be good. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I love how aggressive he is. He is such an aggressive DB, and he's fitting right into the Mullen and the Abrams secondary. I think we miss Joyner. I think we take Joyner for granted. He's not the best nickel corner ever that we've ever seen, but he does his part out there. But our defense didn't play bad, though. You know, it all goes back to our offense. It goes back to Gruden. The running game was weak as fuck. I couldn't believe that running game. I was just like, what the fuck? You know, okay, I know we all thought we were going to pass all over these guys, but man, our offense was fucking dead. I mean, run the fucking ball. Get some life into these guys. Carr needs it. I mean, that's one thing that we noticed Carr needs. He needs a running game, because without a running game, he ain't shit. When he had Latavius Murray to begin his career out, and Amari Cooper, that's when Crabtree and Cooper were doing their shit, was when we had Latavius Murray, right? I mean, he needs a good back to succeed. And without running the ball, I mean, this guy, and I love Carr. I like his heart. I like everything he does. But, I mean, he can't be a guy who puts the game on his back the whole 4 quarters. He's just not that type of guy. He's not that type of guy. He was flinging that motherfucker to start the game. I mean, Henry Ruggs, that catch by fucking Ruggs was tremendous. That was a fucking beautiful catch. If he could have kept those feet in, that's a touchdown right there. We might be talking about a whole different ball game. We don't know. But that was a great catch by Ruggs. That was a great catch by Ruggs. You're right, Brian. I don't know if it was the first play. It might have been. But when he went back out there, he was balling. And then, you know, the referees caught him and took him out. Hopefully he's good to go this couple of weeks against the Jets. Not that I feel like we need everybody out there. Well, I better not say that, because we see what happened with Atlanta. But we made Atlanta's defense look like a top 5 defense last week, and I don't think any team has done that all year, made them look that good. I mean, their defense is fucking atrocious, and we made them look fucking great. We made them look great. I don't understand what happened with our line. I don't understand what happened with our line. Our line just looked beat the fuck up, like they were out fucking. It looked like they came off of the COVID list. You know, we looked better against the Bucks when they didn't practice all week. I mean, these guys practiced all week, and they looked just terrible. The line was bad, man. I couldn't believe how bad that line was. I give the defense the credit But our line just didn't look like the Raiders' O line we've seen all year. I mean, it just looked bad. It looked bad. Yeah, Roland. They didn't leave McCarran Airport in fucking Vegas. They didn't leave the airport. I don't know where their fucking minds were. I don't know where their drive was, but they were just not there. And I hope they fucking come out against the Jets and we put a 40 burger on. We put a 40 on the fucking Jets because they need something to know that they still got it, and I hope they're realizing that shit. The fact that Carr said that they looked flat all week at practice, when you start looking flat on Wednesday, you better make sure these motherfuckers are ready to go Thursday, Friday. I mean, he noticed. That's what pisses me off is when he went out there and said we looked flat all week at practice. Well, why'd you let that happen? You're supposed to be the leader of this team. Don't let these motherfuckers look flat out there. I mean, Atlanta played lights out, but we also had, like I said, the turnovers. 4 turnovers. That you're never going to win a ball game like that. You're not going to win a ball game like that. And it's not like we had anybody hurt on offense besides Rashard. And I mean, we're used to Trent Brown not being out there, so it's not like we missed him. I mean, our offense just didn't show up. I'm not saying Atlanta didn't play good defense, but they didn't play like fucking outstanding defense. I mean, we had our chances to score and do our thing. We just didn't get it done. The line was just, instead of the line pancaking motherfuckers, they were getting pancaked. I mean, it was just terrible. And Carr should have known after that, okay, they're getting the rush on me. I got to hold this ball a little bit tighter. I mean, it was just a bad game. There's really nothing to pinpoint on why we lost. The whole thing is the whole team just fucking sucked, besides the defense in the first half. Well, Michael, no other team has done that. I get that. I completely understand. I'm not disagreeing with you at all. But the fact that Carr said they looked flat all week in practice, that just shows you these motherfuckers weren't. I mean, they thought they were going to walk into Atlanta and do whatever they wanted. They didn't have to play hard. I mean, it's just like when you're going to work and you got an easy day. You're like, I'm not. And then when shit starts hitting the fan, you're like, oh fuck, I better get my ass on my A game here because we got shit we got to get done now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when you're prepared, when you know you're gonna have an easy game, but you still got to be prepared for the worst. I mean, that's not what the Raiders did. They didn't prepare for a good defense. They prepared for the same Atlanta defense that's been playing all year long. They weren't prepared. They were not prepared to battle out a fucking ball game when they came to Atlanta. They probably went to the titty bar, got some chicken wings, fucking partied the night before, because we all know Atlanta don't have fucking strict things going on over there. You know, it's just it was a bad before. They were not ready to play ball. They were just not ready. That's probably what it was, Brian. Right? And you're right. Every time we get hyped up, every time the Raiders have gotten hyped the fuck up about these analysts always talk, the Raiders are the real deal. The Raiders look like the truth. The Raiders this, the Raiders that. Anytime we get fucking noise like that, the team just decides not to fucking show up. Baltimore did lose, Chris. That is a huge fucking thing for us. We needed that. And they still got to go up against the Browns. And Baltimore just doesn't look good. I know they didn't have Lamar. I get that. And I think they had a couple running backs out. I get that. But they just haven't looked good either. They don't look like they can close games out either. And they still got the Browns. You know what I mean? We just need to stop worrying about these other teams losing, and they need to go in there and do their fucking job. Because we pretty much control our own destiny now, right? We beat Indianapolis. The Titans are rolling. We beat the Colts. We beat the Dolphins. We're in good shape. We got to start right here with the Jets. So we got to go into New York and fucking tear their asses apart and show them that last year was a fucking fluke. I mean, that's pretty much it. Baltimore's falling apart, and the Raiders, after that loss, I hope we don't go in the same direction. I think Gruden. I don't think Gruden's gonna let that happen. I'm pretty sure he ripped in everybody's ass this week. He ripped in his own ass. I mean, have you watched his press conferences? A motherfucker knows he fucked that shit up. He fucked that shit up. But the good thing is I think we got. So after we go with the Jets, we got 3 straight at home, which is huge, right? So we beat the Jets, and then we don't have to travel for 3 weeks. And the good thing about that is we don't have to travel to play the Colts, and then we get to stay home. And I think we get the Chargers after that. So we stay home, get the Chargers, and then on that 3rd week that we're home, we don't have to travel. We get to go up against the Dolphins, and that's a huge game. That's going to be a huge fucking game. Every game right now is huge, but if we can win the next 3, playing the Dolphins, if they're doing as good as I don't think they're doing great, but if they keep playing the way they're playing and they keep winning, then that game on Saturday night is going to be a fucking huge game. A huge fucking game. I'm not sure if the Colts got to play Tennessee. If they got to play Tennessee again, then we got a good chance on that as well. The Colts been playing good ball, but they're kind of up and down too. I mean, one week they're playing fucking great, the next week they look bad. One week they look great, next week they look bad. But I think we'll be all right. I think we'll go in to New York and hopefully play good. I want us to play great. I just hope we play good, because if we can play good, we can win. But after that, we got to be playing great every fucking week. They split. So the Colts are already done with Tennessee. The Colts are already done with Tennessee. Donnie, slow your horses, man. I got that confidence too, but I thought we were going to smash Atlanta, and we all know what happened there. Renfro doesn't get enough credit. I mean, what did he have? 7 catches and 75 yards, something like that? Renfro did his fucking thing. I mean, he kind of carried that offense last week. And he does his shit on punt returns, too. That boy gets us some good field position almost every time. But, yeah, Roland, we control our own destiny. And we can't go away from how we play, right? We gotta run the ball 50% of the time, pass the ball 50% of the time. I mean, we got to keep our game balanced, because last week we seen when we went straight to passing, our offensive line wasn't ready for that. They ain't been ready for that all year. They ain't been ready for that shit all year. And Gruden asked them to do it, and they fucking failed. So now we know, all right, run the ball. Trent Brown, I don't think they say he's unlikely to play this week. LaMarcus Joyner, they say they're ramping him up. I read today that they're ramping him up. I think Littleton will be good to go. So we'll have our starters back on defense. Malik Collins is on the IR now. He just hit the IR. So hopefully that gives David Irvin some more playing time, because I like to see that man play more. I think he can give us I think he helps out with the pass rush. And he's not bad. He's not bad being a run stopper either. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got today. There was a shitty performance. We got to fucking build the fucking bridge and get the fuck over it and do our thing coming up against New York. We lose to New York, we can kiss our fucking playoff hopes goodbye. Because the morale in that locker room, if we lose to the Jets, it's going to go down. It's going to go down. These fucking young players are going to start going, what the fuck happened to us? And it's going to kill the fucking vibe in the locker room. Collins is a big disappointment, and I'm glad we only signed him for 1 year. Sayonara. See you later. That's why I'm glad, hopefully Irving gets more snaps and he starts looking like the Irvin in Dallas. Because when that guy played in Dallas, he did fucking damage. He put pressure on the quarterback. Not sure if we get Farrell back. I think they haven't read really much about Farrell. Hopefully we get him back. I'll get more information 9 o'clock a.m. Pacific time, 12 Eastern, 11 Central. Sunday, I will be here live, giving you guys the pregame fucking show that I bring every week. Other than that, we got Fantasy Island tonight, the raffle for you supporters out there. I think we got 51 of you guys. For all the supporters out there, the raffle for Radio Reaction prizes have been pushed back to next week. Our messaging on Facebook has been fucked up. We're getting in contact with Facebook to fix the issue. Facebook's just lagging on our problems right now. Next week we'll have it going on again. If you want to be a supporter I think even on the live, there's a little badge right there next to the comment section. Click that. It'll tell you everything you got to do to become a supporter. We give out good prizes every raffle. Good prizes. I mean, pins, cool little fucking bracelet that says Raider Reaction, fuck your team, shirts, we fucking flags. We give it all. You hit that support button, tell you what to do. If you can do it, we appreciate it. All the money goes back into Raider Reaction. It goes to our prizes. We have Madden tournaments. We give out prizes for that. It's all covered. It's all covered. We all that support stuff goes right back to the guys who support it. We love doing this shit. My shows are going to be getting an upgrade here pretty soon. I just got to get all my stuff in that I've ordered. All the stuff that I've ordered should be coming in soon. With the holidays, everything's a little slower. These shows are going to get a little bit better, more in depth. I'm going to try to get on the commissions level with these shows. And let's keep the positive vibes, baby. I think we got this against the Jets, and we just got to keep rolling. This is our time to roll into the playoffs hot, right? You always want the hottest team that rolls into the playoffs always end up making it pretty far. So as long as we can get hot win these next 5 games, who knows what can happen? You know, we can start rolling and make a run. Fantasy Island's coming up, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central, and 5 o'clock Pacific. That's coming up soon. Fantasy Island and Commission's not doing a show tonight. We usually do the raffle tonight. Like I said, it'll be next week. That's all I got. And like we always say here, peace, love, Raider Nation. All right? Let's fucking get this dub Sunday. I'll see you guys Sunday morning. You guys have a great night.